robots and wrestlers will not be seen tonight. Instead, we'll bring you this stupid program. Good evening, and welcome to Cult of Contempt. The show will begin shortly as soon as we get transmission to space. Ow! In the meantime, let's... Dead bodies everywhere!
Kill everyone now. Condone first-degree murder. Advocate cannibalism.
Hello, fine Americans. Sean Rushmore here. I'm here with an entertainment minute because I'm not allowed to do politics on the show anymore. I know what I did. The social media multiverse is all aflutter with the upcoming Cult of Contempt presents Jim and Ali Salute to the Clash Bar this Saturday, the 17th. Come to the show to answer these burning questions. What will those watered-down Joan Jett hacks 68 mathematics say this time? Sleater Kitty called girls, they want their shtick back. What about that twitchy doofus, Jim Cook? Ugh, that'll be his first appearance at the Clash Bar since the breakup, and everybody's gonna be watching him. Are you listening, Jim? They're all watching you. They're all gonna laugh at you. And the final question, does Paul even have a goddamn band? I mean, 1 week it's Cenobites. This week it's probably gonna be the cast of Seventh Heaven. Does anybody know anything? I don't know, cue the goddamn commercial. Cult of Contempt presents Ali and Jim's tribute to the Clash Bar. After this one, the Clash Bar may never be the same. With Santos Menendez starring as Divine. Here at Cult of Contempt, we only use the highest quality makeups for our drag queens. It's now time for Pervert's Corner with Phil Perry. That's right, 69 seconds with a pervert. Today's topic...
Hi, I'm Phil Perry, a resident pervert, and here we are again at Pervert's Corner. Today we're going to talk about cuckolding, which is a really interesting fetish. Recently came out that certain conservatives, along with Roger Stone, who was recently whipped up in the Mueller investigation, enjoy this fetish where a man's wife or girlfriend has sex with somebody else in front of him, and it actually is connected to degradation and the feeling of being degraded right to your face because she's cheating on you. But it's usually the man's fetish, which is interesting, and this is apparently enjoying some sort of renaissance among certain groups, but there's a question as whether that's actually psychologically healthy for a relationship or not. I guess two people who are adults and consenting can decide for themselves, but not really my fetish.
This has been Pervert's Corner.
Inquisitor is looking grimly with an inquiry. It's time to name the asshole of the week soon. Cult of Contempt. Cult of Contempt. Cult of Contempt. Wednesdays at 8:15. Hey! What's up, party people? Cult of Contemptors.
Greetings and salutations,
Tonight, at a combined weight of 595 pounds, Cult of Contempt podcast.
I'm gonna be like Dino Bravo. I'm just gonna pat my chest and say
Michael Buffer there. No, they were just expressing to me, Jim was expressing his fear that he caught a nipple in the intro at the very last minute, and that something might go wrong, and I'm gonna yell. And if the show gets pulled, what's gonna happen? And
I'm not gonna like this.
my response was, we start a new show.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
Should I tell them what was in my head?
that you thought, what was it? Yeah,
You were like, I kind of pictured a Richard Dreyfuss, but a little louder, like, damn it, Jim! The show has been pulled off the air! I told you!
No, I
That's
don't.
fucking hack! But you've never really ever yelled at me.
I really don't yell at Pete.
So it's like Fred Flintstone's boss? Is he like gonna yell at you?
Let's put it this way.
Yeah, I'm Fred Flintstone's boss.
Damn it, Fred!
Ooh, Jim, you got the show canceled again!
If it happens though, we should have like B-roll that Jim's gone rogue and just play like whistles and bells and
You've already gone rogue. That's why you
Right.
That's what Bruce Springsteen wrote in that lovely song we used to have as the old intro. A barely known writer,
a guy who dresses like he found his clothes. Unprepared to broadcast, Jim's gone rogue.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I loved a myriad of bad advice.
Oh, yeah, that
Dude,
was good.
fuck you. It was catchy. It was a goddamn earworm. And then I started cutting for the show, and by then I was fucking sick of it. But I didn't have to listen to the whole thing, but I don't know. I love the piano at the end. That gave it like an old-timey FMU kind of show feel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought you were going for. That's why I created Dusty. That's why... I don't know. I just guessed with you.
It was just like a silly. I just went for. Springsteen went for full Springsteen.
Never go full.
You know,
Sorry, what?
nothing is signed on yet. But I know a guy who knows a guy who met this girl. He fucked her, but she gave him some very interesting information.
It's the tree.
About the boss?
A social media guy who works exclusively for Elvis Costello. Anyway, he has been watching our show and is working on a demo of a theme song.
Shut up.
But it's not ready. But Elvis Costello is working on a theme song for this very show.
The Elvis Costello?
The Elvis Costello and his full
Wow.
nasal. Wow, Paul went all Misfits on us.
Yeah, nice
Is
double
that
lock,
what,
man.
like be Jerry or Doyle? You can't be both. Come on, man.
Are you gonna walk in and work like that?
I could.
I hope so.
Hey, motherfuckers.
See, I'm too fat to pull my hair off. I'm so jealous. 'Cause
No,
you
you'll
know-
just look like one of the nasty boys.
I don't want to look like that. Oh, that's a
You look like
endorsement.
Brian
Thanks.
Knobs.
Oh God, Hogan's like bitch boy. The guy who's like,
Jerry Sachs has brown hair.
oh, okay, all right, I'd have to be that guy. Well, no, because that was kind of a bone of contention in middle school because people were watching wrestling, and I did have like a Billy Idol haircut, and sometimes it would get too buzzed, and it would get a little like faux hockey before faux hockey was a thing, and
Right.
middle school was not good for me.
Nah, me neither.
Anyway, but speaking of which, I did get to visit my old hometown, New Jersey, where I grew up.
Wow.
But I've mentioned it before, but little known fact, I used to live in the town that we launched from. We're in space, but we launched from a place in Nutley. I believe it's at the end of Kingsland Avenue. There's a little portal that we go to, but I can't tell you any more details of which end of Kingsland. It's government secret, because he's a government shill!
Oh, wow.
But anyway, so so I could use some extra bucks. My mom was getting really overquoted for just painting a fucking very simple bathroom. And so we made a negotiation. I got like $300, a meal, and a fantastic conversation with my mother. I had some issues with my mom over the years. And I don't know. It's time to get over it. Because the truth is, she's not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
And she knows my dad more than anybody. So it's almost like going to the Fortress of Solitude and playing with the computer, and I get to hear about my dad. Some good, some not so good.
Right.
Stuff I needed to know. And that's all I'll
It's the
say
full
about that.
picture, yeah.
But, so apparently, when my mom in her Nutley days, she, see, the thing was, their whole crew, back in those days in the 70s, there were like, you know, some blue-collar working-class jobs at local places, and then everybody worked together, and they'd get off their shift, and they'd go have a drink together, and their wives would hang out. My dad worked for Deluxe Check Printers in Clifton, not that far from Nutley. And they since moved to Mountain Lakes, but it was kind of a Clifton institution. And they used to have the best fucking parties with like magicians with fucking fire and fucking doves and shit. You know, those weird, you know, everything is wonderful in the world of magic, you know.
Oh,
It was
wow.
the 70s, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, so I'm not going to use names, but I'll use fake names. But there was a woman I knew as Auntie Sissy who would come and give us kisses, and she smelled like menthol cigarettes, and sometimes give us a quarter, and pat us on the head, pat us on the butt, and say get out of the room so she could talk about the guy she's fucking. Or, and may have been connected sexually to a relative. I don't know if it was before he was married or after. I did not ask.
Wow.
I am not going to say any more about that. So that's Auntie Sissy, who was also... who I caught fooling around with this biker guy that for some reason my mom used to hang out with, that would come up and see us and sleep over. The two of them slept in the bed, and I saw them like...
They definitely fucked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. So and it was on a fucking pullout at some guy's house with 2 kids. Like, what the fuck? That's weird.
Oh, what's hotter
3
than
and a
biker in
teenage
a-
daughter. Jesus, like, you should be fucking when there's a teenage daughter in the house. I don't know.
Well, she was
Wow.
in the room.
Well, I'm just saying.
She could have been.
Look, if it was a room that had a door, that's fine. But you're in like an open area.
Yeah, that's like
it's
a common
over there.
area.
I don't think you
You
should.
just get a hand job under the covers.
Exactly. Just hand stuff, maybe some underwear stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, some people get it on anywhere. I remember when after college, I went across country on the train. I remember walking down the train, and just 2 people were going out under a blanket. It was
Come
pretty
on,
honest.
the train.
everyone.
I remember walking on the train and people were just running it on people.
Jesus Christ. Did you ever really witness something like that?
No.
I just
The
can't
worst
see
thing
what
I
you're
ever
part of that.
witnessed was I was in the fucking Newark train station and my coworker was buying a ticket to get on the light rail. I had just bought mine, and this guy comes up to her and just flashes her. It was just like a fucking...
Was he flaccid or
There's like
hard?
a black dick about the size of a Coke can
Wow.
sitting there. And,
Was he flaccid or hard?
no, he was
He
flaccid.
must have been proud of it.
Yeah, I think he had like elephantitis or something. I don't
Jesus.
know.
Of the
I
dick.
had no idea. But he was just like a creepy, crazy homeless guy that just flashed her. She just took her ticket and ran away.
Holy shit.
And then I told her, I was like, oh, I wish I had a sign with a number that I could have held up. like like an Olympic judge.
6.5. I've seen better cocks. Get out of here.
She didn't think it was funny because she was very traumatized.
Yeah.
I shouldn't really make jokes after somebody, shit like that, but I'm not surprised by humanity. It's like,
Me neither.
a weird guy that looks like he's wearing nothing but a trench coat. Like I can't see his pant legs under it. Nobody wears a trench coat with shorts.
I've
Also
seen
like Silent Bob.
Just go to your average concert and you'll probably see some girl or guy pissing somewhere. You'll fucking see everything right there. It's like, it's not a surprise anymore. Like,
Shout out to Lindsay and Jeff and Santos.
What's up, people? All right, so to put a cap on this,
yeah.
I may have ridden a pony on a ranch that may or may not have been owned by a legitimate business.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say any more about that, but it's kind of funny because my parents were friends with this person.
Huh.
But his sons were dumb and always got caught stealing things.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, like they robbed a postal truck. Like, I don't know, I guess there's things in place for that to be bad.
What do you think is the stupidest robbery you ever heard?
Oh my god. I've actually watched that show that was like hosted by Stacey Keach.
Oh no, I mean
on
somebody
Fox.
that you like know.
Somebody that I know.
Yeah, like what's the stupidest thing you ever heard somebody try to do, like rob somebody? Because I have a good one.
Okay. My brother got pressured to steal something from this place called Rockaway Sales for this guy who was my drum teacher. But I'll talk about Randy another time. Randy's actually a good dude. Very talented, but want you to know it.
Nah.
My lessons were just watching him play for 2 hours sometimes.
Oh
and
my
it was a
God.
Is that
little-
why you're such a good drummer?
That's why I'm a shit drummer. But it's also on me. I didn't practice as much. And I don't know. I don't think I was ever meant to be a drummer. I just meant to have enough rhythm to be the.
Oh, I got room.
Yeah. I got room. Am I?
Ragtime.
You know, am I playing the? You know, playing the tambourine. You know, I know it's like the weakest instrument, but it connects you with the group.
End this story.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. All right. Sidetrack. This is all your fault. All right.
Sidetrack.
So like there was this dude that my dad worked with, and he was sharp, and he always smelled like cologne, and he was always talking to the girls, and he had one of those 70s hair with the fucking medallion, and I was like, all right.
Disco Stoop.
He divorced this woman, we'll call her Hallie, and Hallie all right, so I was like, how many girls was she? They divorced. They had a daughter, Jackie, that I was kind of friends with, but I was 3. You know, how deep of a relationship do you have at 3? And it's funny because I met her at William Patterson later in our 20s, and we're like, hey, what's up? I gotta go. Okay. That was the conversation. It's very crazy. So I thought that dude was always the one that cheated, but it turned out it was the woman, and she was doing the neighbor who was related to the guy with the business.
Oh wow.
So I didn't know there was so much scandal and intrigue. It was like a goddamn soap opera.
Where do you think
I'm
soap operas come from?
Yeah, really.
But there were some things going on in the 70s that don't go on today.
Like what?
I don't know. I think like some of the organized, legitimate businesses, maybe, perhaps, of some sort.
Oh, well, there's a ton of legitimate businesses that aren't around anymore, but like nobody buys fucking typewriters, you know?
Right.
Like you don't have a typewriter store. Like
All the fucking factories went to China after the 70s because it's super cheap there.
Let's just say I think it was more Sopranos in those days than it is
Yeah,
now.
they cracked down on the mob, the Italian.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I'll tell you, the mob ain't dead. When I
But
worked
I don't
for
know how much we should talk about the mob.
I don't care. Fuck the mob.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid of them. I'll name names, and then when I get shot,
'cause I didn't
they're
know.
gonna know who fucking did it. So fuck 'em. No, I won't name names. But
I don't want to bother them. I pretend
oh
they
no,
don't
you know
exist,
what?
and I
Like,
think they know.
I got a good mob story.
I don't have enough money for them to.
I had to go build an arcade machine in a mob guy's house. Did I ever tell that on air?
No.
No, go on, yeah.
One time. All right, so I worked for this arcade machine company. We built these arcade machines that had a computer inside, so it could play any game. It had a whole menu system, all this bullshit.
Cool.
So I'd build these fucking things. Usually just control panels we shipped out more than anything. People just wanted to be able to bang, 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 but they didn't want the whole machine. They just wanted to be able to sit in front of their TV, plug that in, sit it somewhere, and fucking play.
Right.
One time I got to go build an arcade machine in a mobster's home because I believe he was a bookie based on the room that I was in, where it was just TVs. Like it was like a living room with just TV.
Oh, wow.
Probably about 9, 12 of them.
Wow.
And
Just watching the different games, huh?
Wait, what game was it again?
it was just every game. Like you could put any arcade game on it. It had 7 buttons and an 8-way, 2 8-way joysticks. Like you had 2-player, and then there was the asteroids configuration in the middle, a spinner, a trackball, so you could do fucking Golden Key and all that bullshit.
Super Bowl has one of those, and it's all the Neo Geo games.
Yeah, no, we built our own. That was like
So you customize your own, is what you're saying?
yeah, we had this board that went inside, and all the buttons were wired to it, so it's like, and it worked the same as a keyboard. So like, if you were to just have it plugged into Notepad and you pressed player 1, button 1, it would be like J. But in the control thing, and like the system, it's all set to be like, okay, that's button 1, button 2, button 3. So when you play the games, it all works. We had the spinner for fucking Arkanoid. We had all that shit in our shit.
I am very interested in the arcade culture, the art of the side of the machines and the art of the pinball
We
machines.
did all that crap too. We had like art. We had custom overlays and shit. It was
Oh,
cool.
that's great.
It was a fucking great job.
Well, there's
Before
companies,
its
you just give
time.
them the design and they'll give you the
Dude, it
sticker to put on the
I'll tell you, it was so before its time. If we did it now, it would be fucking huge. But we did it like 15 years ago. So it was like, you know, before its time. Like people weren't spending $4,000 on an arcade machine. But when you owe somebody substantially more than $4,000, and they might settle for an arcade machine to not kill you, or break your legs, you build one in their home with your unsuspecting coworker who has no fucking idea what he is walking into.
He's probably embarrassed.
It's like, oh yeah, we gotta go build a machine for this guy. Okay.
Like now.
So we're like, it's like, don't ever tell nobody about this. Like, okay.
Oh shit.
Did, yeah, he never did.
No,
What happened?
so we go to this guy's house, and we get there, and there's a guy sitting in the backyard. Like, he's like, I'll go in the back. There's a painter. Okay, whatever. There's a guy working. So we go in the back, and there's like a guy sitting at the table in the back, like smoking a cigarette. He just looks fucking menacing. He's like sitting there. He's got like a fucking, like, he doesn't look like an artist. He just looks like he looks like he'd be a contract killer. Like, I don't know who he is.
Right.
So we're like, we're here to deliver the arcade machine. He's like, oh, it's in here. You go to this other room. Da da da. Okay, it's there. This motherfucker is inside painting what looks like the Sistine Chapel on this guy's wall.
Holy shit.
Like, on his kitchen fucking wall.
Wow.
I don't know how much money he owed
Right.
to be doing this. I imagine it was a substantial amount. Like, dude, I can paint. Don't throw me off a bridge. So we go in, we build this guy's fucking arcade machine, and get the fuck out of there.
Wow.
But like to even preface this story, I go to work one day and I go to walk in, the door's locked. I'm like, what the fuck? Doors. I go to open it. It's like really like locked. Like I thought maybe I didn't try to open it right. I look in and there's just two massive hulking dudes like standing over my boss in a corner, just like fucking.
Oh shit. Giving the business.
So I'm like, oh fuck this. So I just walked down to the corner store. I hung out with the Indian guys for a while. I bullshit with them. I played the lottery. I was like was gambling. It was like in Pinocchio, like when he goes and hangs out with like the bad kids, he's like smoking and shit.
Yeah.
That was like me working there. I would fucking smoke cigarettes. We would gamble all fucking day. It's like, yeah, let's go to the corner store. Sometimes my boss
Probably better off.
my boss would go, yeah, you know what? He's like, let's fucking just go to AC. I'm like, are you serious? Like, you can go. Like, we got shit to do. Nah, fuck it. Like, let's just go to AC. Like,
Oh shit.
okay. So my boss would drive to AC. We'd get there in like 85 minutes because he drives like a fucking psycho.
Oh my god.
He would gamble. He would lose like fucking $1,000.
Holy shit.
Like, just playing fucking $25 hands of blackjack. Like, he was like a compulsive gambler. Like, it was like realizing, like, as we're like driving back, he's like all mad. And it's like, wow, like, this is a crazy situation.
Hell yeah.
I'm getting paid for this, technically, which is even more fucked up.
Right.
Because we're not doing anything.
Right.
But whatever, like, it's a job. I mean,
Right.
you know,
You're
whatever.
still getting paid on time, so what do you care?
Yeah, I got paid on time. My check's cleared.
Sometimes, like, when you're young and you have a job like that, it feels like, you know,
Dude, it was
you're getting
just-
away with something.
You know what? It
You're
was
having a
just
good time.
fucking, yeah, it was just nuts. Like,
But you get a little older, and that shit's like, you know, this guy's really volatile, man. I don't know how much time I can spend with.
yeah, I couldn't do it now, certainly.
Yeah.
But back then too, it's like they were getting a good deal on me because
Right.
when I was a kid, I was in college. I wasn't making more than, I think I was making like 15 an hour.
Right.
I guess that was good money in 2009, like,
Right.
for doing something. Like, it was,
Right.
I paid my bills and shit. But it was like fucking, it was just nuts. Like, there was always something going on. Like, there was always characters always coming in and out. The fucking guy next door, we would always be helping him with shit because he ran like a sign shop, but he's like an old school like sign guy.
Yeah.
He's not like a fucking technology guy.
Right.
So like we would always fix his shit. And it was just like, I don't know, it was fun. Like I miss that. I kind of have that now at my current job. It's like family owned and like,
Right.
you know, I don't work in auto parts. I work in the spy department, but I help auto parts with their graphic design.
Okay.
And it's not my job, but I'm the only person in the office that knows Photoshop, so
So it is your job. by default.
I'm not gonna tell the fucking owner of the company, like, now go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You know, if I can help them, most of the time it takes 10 minutes. It's not brain surgery, but
right.
I don't know. Are we gonna talk about recycling?
Yeah, I was just wondering. I was waiting for like a,
I saw you waiting there.
a segue, but like I don't know.
What is what? Yeah.
I'm not myself, right? I'm just like.
Guys, we have a chat that's like a text chat that is like this show, but it's just chatting. And then he said he was going to go off about recycling this show. So
all right, here we go.
So this is the awful segue, I guess.
All right, we'll keep it simple. Changes in the global economy. China is doing very well. They don't see the value in recycling our garbage anymore.
Well, you know why they were doing it? They were getting material, man, for their industrial rise.
They don't need anymore.
They don't need that shit anymore. Now they're fucking the second most powerful economy in the world.
Yeah, I know you know a lot about Asia and China, and I know that's
even America's garbage is successful.
So I was wondering what
not anymore. Now it's all backed up in fucking
we just have
shit.
to find some other.
But all the first world countries decided to go, hey, third world countries, take this and it'll make you money. And some of them it worked for, and some of them they didn't want it.
Right.
They had their own crap. But the thing is, back in the 70s, when there'd be trash everywhere and the Indian would cry, that was a propaganda commercial designed to take the blame of trash off of the producers of these things.
Right, exactly.
And onto the consumer.
Definitely.
I love that commercial. It used to get so hard when the Indian would cry.
See a therapist, will you? I'm a little worried about you.
Paul, throw him in the
We're
river.
gonna find you in the fucking closet, jacking off, being hung by like a fucking chain.
No, by a dream catcher.
Is that from something? Is that from the movie Dreamcatcher? No.
That movie is about a monster that climbs up people's asses.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
And a special needs kid who has magical powers.
Yeah, like every other Stephen King book.
Yeah. So anyway, the thing is when we recycle and we mix everything, somebody has to unmix it because you can't put the same kinds of plastic. It doesn't.
You gotta segregate your shit.
So, but the problem is, even though when we think we're segregating, we're not. This bottle, for example, this is a different kind of plastic as this. So you can do this, but you still fucked up because there's the dumb ring here. The point is, and Penn and Teller said this years ago, and I have some very environmentalist friends. Some have mustaches.
Oh, yeah.
Some have pretty eyes.
Mustache.
Who, are the... I lived with them for a period of time, and they were very big on the trash thing. And,
I would like to go zero waste one day.
But
it's not easy to do, though. Especially in this consumer economy. And
I've been burning my trash because I heard it rebuilds the ozone layer. I got this big drum outside.
Does that really work?
Yeah, it rebuilds the ozone layer. The ozone layer craves burning plastic and paper.
What I can test is...
This is like the Nutley public school system right here.
But all right. Couldn't the manufacturers of said water bottle just do it in a way... you just peel back the thing and it's all one kind of plastic and we recycle it.
I think it costs a lot of fucking money.
Couldn't they do it in a way where fucking turtles can eat it? Come on.
Yeah.
Haven't we come that far?
If you go to any of these recycling things, they have the plates that you can eat that are made of soybeans or corn. They can make plastics out of fucking hemp. But they don't fucking do it because that shit's expensive and they contribute money to campaigns.
How can hemp be expensive?
And it's funny, like all these companies have all this money to donate to shit. Why don't they just go fucking as green as they can, Like,
you know how big the petrochemical industry is? And they pay a lot of fucking money for all our politicians. They want to fucking spend it on oil because that's the shit that they have that makes them money.
Remember when it spilled? And they got that like sea lion and they were all mad and they cleaned it off and they let it go back into the water.
Yeah.
And then it got eaten by a fucking killer whale.
Did it really?
Yeah, it was great.
That's like the Lisa Simpson thing where she saves the, what is it? Something and she throws it and the eagle picks it up and eats it.
Or when the fake Mary Poppins comes to the Simpsons and she goes up and then gets sucked into the airplane engine.
I love that episode. Buy me a beer, 2 bucks a glass.
Oh yeah.
Somebody help me, I'm freezing my ass. I used to, I had songs in the key of Springfield. It was like all the music stuff. Oh man, many road trips. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of like my Grease, you know. I wish they'd make one for Futurama. I found some like bad MP3s where people put a tape recorder up to the TV.
Do you still recycle?
Yes, sort of.
You fool.
I kind of have to. All right, so for the most part, I throw it in the trash, and the garbage man don't say shit. Because I don't feel like going downstairs and fucking separating. However, I just said that out loud. There is recycling that's put out for show.
Just to show
It's just, but the whole thing is bullshit. Because even if I recycle, one person fucks up, the whole thing's fucked up, and it costs money for people to sort it, and they don't want to pay the money to people to sort it. So they were giving the job to criminals, I think, at one point, right? And
all the recycling is basically ending up back in the garbage. Your town makes money on paper. They don't make any money on plastic. Plastic is fucked.
How come you get money for bottles in some states?
All right.
I could go collect bottles and be a millionaire.
What I think we should do.
Michigan, you get 20 cents a can or something like that.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just gonna drive to Michigan with a bunch of cans and just drink them on the way. Just throw them all in the back seat.
And you're gonna
get out and buy a fucking house.
You're gonna burn up all your profits in gas.
Where would you buy a house?
In Michigan, because I'm stuck there now. Because I've driven there. I've invested all my money in cans of soda. And that is my home now.
No, but like, would you be an Ann Arbor man, or would you?
Detroit. I would go to Detroit.
Wow.
Because I'm a hard motherfucker. I would get all tatted up and jacked. I would go to a gym with crazy black guys and just learn the streets.
There's been artists
I'd be so hood.
There's been artists that take over whole communities because a lot of those houses were just fucking abandoned after the Great Recession. It's like weird in there.
Yeah, I would bring the life back.
Bring the life back? It's cold as fuck there. But also weed is legal.
Fuck that.
Or it's gonna be legal.
I'm not going where it's cold. I'm going to San Diego.
Fuck.
Do I get money for cans in San Diego?
No, they don't give a shit in San Diego.
Fuck! You would think those stupid Californians, they would be all like, oh, we're gonna give back to people who recycle cans.
Yeah.
What if we made a toy, a device where you could take a can and a kid can hit a bunch of buttons and make an action figure out of it? Or we get like a 3D
It's called
printer.
a 3D printer, Jim.
Yeah, but what if we used what if we had a way to like put the can in and make that the material?
Why can't I just put garbage into my car like Back to the Future?
Well, that's where I was kind of going with it. Thanks
Mr.
for catching
Fusion?
on.
Is that what
hey,
that was?
This guy gets it.
Mr. Fusion? Why can't I just crush down this beer can and just put it in my car and drive away?
It would be fun if
not after I drank this beer, but later.
All right, I get it. I'm an idiot, but would it be cool if you had like the make your own action figure device? And you just take a can or a plastic bottle. And it's like, look, I got Iron Man, and it's like Play-Doh. It doesn't really look like him. It's just a dumb mold. But you know, kids are stupid. You know, the toy doesn't have to be fun. The artwork on the toy is.
As long as poisonous gases come out of it, like creepy crawlers or something. You know?
Yeah, there were kind of. Yeah, you could make like gummies.
Oh my god!
Did you have that shit?
I keep thinking about getting creepy crawlers just because I like miss that.
Are they still around?
Just pouring that fucking shit into that thing and putting it in that stupid oven. I would just put it in the foodie. Air fry it. It'll be fine. Broil it.
Why is Paul passed out on the ground? Why is there vomit leaking from his face? And what's that in the air fryer?
Oh, it's the Tesla.
Oh yeah, right.
I'll tell you.
How's that going?
It cleared up my mental fog.
Good.
Like I feel how I used to feel it. Like when I was like younger. Like
Feel clear-headed?
I feel very clear-headed. Like my skin's clearing up. My elbows are all clear. You guys can't see. I put it in black and white so you can't see the monster that I truly am.
You don't sound as short-tempered or antagonistic as
No,
you
I'm not as
do.
antagonistic. I'm actually like, the glass is half full. I worked late a bunch of times last week. I was like hanging out with the boss, like, oh yeah, this is great. Let's fucking hang out more.
Who are you?
I don't know, man. I don't recognize myself anymore. It's like weird. And like I told my friend Chris, who's playing with me, Chris from the Undergrounds. Check them out. The Undergrounds, New Jersey band camp. Just Google those 4 words. You're good. You'll find them. It's good. Rock and roll. I told him, I'm like, you know, you're my friend since 3rd grade. I'm like, if I seem like I'm going like off the fucking handle, like, you let me know, because like one of the side effects is like depression. Like, maybe I manifest my depression by just being like real crazy and positive. I don't know. The glass is like half full. Like, even working the trade show and like taking it up and putting it down.
Maybe it just means you're doing better, man.
Come on, guys. Like, this isn't bad. Like, gee, shucks, you know. I just try to be like
Charlie Key Willikers.
I keep calling my one coworker Champ. Hey, Champ. She don't like it.
Why sit down, pal? Put a smile on that sucker.
Yeah, I always call people younger than me kiddo.
Kiddo?
And I feel like, oh my god, I'm an old douche. Ugh.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy a little bit.
Or, the one that really creeps me out is like when a little girl takes a sample, I was like, there you go, 2 hands, sweetheart. And I was like, oh, is that bad? Is that anti-me too?
No, you didn't pinch your cheek.
No, alright, okay.
You didn't Joe Biden her. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I have some very ultra-liberal feminist friends who have this list of do never call a girl sweetheart anymore. It's degrading, and there's new rules ever since the Me Too thing.
Can I see your list of ultra-feminist friends so I can just block them so they can't ever read anything that I ever write?
You can block most of them.
I call
there's
them
one I
dames.
will never let you block.
I call someone. I call broads
Take a bullet
dames.
for that.
What's up, dame man?
No, I don't say it like that. I'm like, these are classy dames that work here, you know?
I always thought that this show needs a villain. I think I may have a villain.
Nice.
The villain's not me.
I think. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Not anymore.
Foil. Excuse me. Foil.
We just need like a Darth Maul.
Because you're not a villain or a hero. You're chaotic neutral.
I like Darth Vader.
I think he likes to think of himself as an anti-hero, but he's...
No, I like.
I always thought I was
Darth
Anakin,
Vader.
like, because like I was this nice kid, and now I'm like all the time, and shoot.
Oh no, wait, no, because then I have to be Hayden Christensen. I'm not Darth Vader.
I'm Obi-Wan, motherfucker.
Yeah, you are, because you're a beard. That's the only reason.
And that's not the only reason.
Yes, it is.
Some cooler than both of you assholes.
I'd like to be Wedge, but I don't know. I can also play the Rancor Keeper
Nice.
and just do the cry. All right, you guys want to see the Rancor Keeper?
Yes.
If I have a no, I don't have a T-shirt. I can't do it. I put a T-shirt over my head, and that kind of looked like the Rancor Keeper.
You know, with various different hats, you could look like lots of different people. We'd like to take suggestions of what hats we should put Jim in to make him look like different people, because all it takes is a cool hat.
The skipper.
I am a size 17 head.
Yeah, you do have a huge head.
I have a giant head. They do not make a cowboy hat that fits me, and the few that barely do look stupid because it's like on the top of my hat. So
That's how my grandpa used to wear all his hats. It was like if the wind blew, it would just take it off. But that's how you have to wear all your hats.
Right.
He didn't have a big head. He just chose to put his shit so it sat there like that.
That was the style.
But you know what the sign of a big head is? A big
heart?
brain.
Oh no, but mine's so big it's like it doesn't communicate to the other side well. It's like a brontosaurus.
I refuse to believe that. Even your most obvious gaffes of like that are not the right word, I know what you're saying.
Right.
You can communicate just fine. You think you know what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're mostly there. And I love you for it. That's like my favorite.
That's my
thing.
brand. I'm rough around the edges but lovable.
But we know what you're saying. That's the point. Is you
I know.
communicate.
Yeah, Ali likes to describe it as, I speak Jim.
It's like
Nice.
blonde.
It is maybe a little...
Oh my god, I should cover that song. Because I'm a blonde.
Yeah, you should.
But make it dark. Like,
Yeah.
I've been listening to some dark stuff.
Like what?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Okay.
No. I learned a new song for the Clash Bar that I'm very excited about. Because it's a song I pitched to 3 bands and got shut down every time.
Wow.
And I'm very excited about it.
Awesome. Is that this Saturday at the Clash Bar?
This Saturday. It's late in the set. I'm doing a lot. It's going to be a lot of new wave. There's a little bit of punk or punk adjacent. I don't know. Do you consider the Lemonheads' first 2 records were punk?
I like Lemonheads.
But they became a punk band. But all of those guys that were mocking the Replacements or Minneapolis scene, you know, sort of said, I need to eat and let's do the pop thing. But we'll wear colors.
I consider every song I ever wrote a pop song.
Really?
Interesting.
Absolutely.
So you never had this, what I like to describe as a Lance Fogel-esque punk rock credibility bullshit, where you punk rock stripes, like...
What's punk rock stripes? It's like...
I don't like that punk rock credibility bullshit. You know, like, you are what you are. You like what you like.
I think your punk rock credibility comes from you playing live and you putting out 100.
It's just there's some people that, if you don't know every British import 7-inch.
Oh, fuck those people.
All that bullshit. It happened in the metal community too. Like,
yeah,
I didn't know Kill 'Em All, so I didn't know certain songs, and people like made fun of me for it. I was like, but I haven't even had a chance to listen to it.
But that's like poser shit, really. Like,
exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
You know, if you like it because you like it and you get into it, you know, it's one thing to be like, oh, if you never heard this song, like, check it out. Like, there's a nice way to say that, you know? It's not like an elitist thing like, oh, did you hear AFI's Fly in the Ointment? Like, go fuck yourself. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't know. My whole thing was always like, I try to check out a band's discography if I could. Like, I would try and get, like, all their albums that I could find.
You were in a position where you could, because that was the beginning of Napster and...
No, even before that, like...
Were you tape or CD?
CDs. I would always try and get CDs, or like if
were you
I
one of the
could
cool
tape
punk
it
rock
from
kids
somebody.
that would get 7 inches of...
No, I didn't get records until I was like... Actually, I guess I started getting records when I was like 14, 15. Because I inherited my grandmother's record collection. Actually, I just stole it from her. Fuck her, Nana.
But as a punk, in your early days, did you ever make fun of a kid for wearing a t-shirt of a band that you thought was not punk?
No. What I made fun of people for was wearing a t-shirt of a band that they had no idea what the band was.
Oh, like that girl you described with the Misfit shirt.
Like a lot of people, yeah, or a Motorhead shirt, or just a lot of holes that just wear shirts.
You know, I almost made that mistake. I had this crazy girlfriend, and I saw this t-shirt in Hot Topic that said, I have issues. But I didn't realize it was a fucking Korn thing. I just thought it was just a phrase. And it was funny because she had fucking issues.
I think there's...
And now she's dead.
Oh, God.
Oh, if you guys want to see horrible Hot Topic fashion, check out The Craft. They put out new clothes that are supposed to celebrate, I guess, 20-something years of that movie, The Craft.
Oh, really?
With
The lead bad guy girl, I wanted to bang her so bad.
Me too.
I wanted her to smack me around, choke me. I didn't care. I just wanted to be in the room with her even being remotely naked.
Well, you guys gotta see the clothes that they put out. We'll look at them, and next week we'll talk about it, because they are fucking horrible.
Nice.
Is it bad?
Oh, it is like the...
What was your feelings of The Craft? I mean, are you...
The Craft was like it was a fine movie for whatever, 1996 or 1997. You know what it was? It was like...
Are you shitting on the clothes because you didn't like the movie, or are you shitting
No, I'm shitting on the clothes because they're just horrible. It's like...
Horrible as in not a good representation?
No, horrible as in they almost have nothing to do with the movie. It's like, I don't remember a whole hell of a lot of... whatchamacallit, pentagrams in that movie, really? Like it.
Just the main girl.
The one girl,
Yeah.
But
if they put pentagrams on everything, they take quotes, and they're just like, I wouldn't wear that on a
So it's piss poor design. Yeah, it's some douchey.
It's just so cheesy. Like if they just put the cover, you know, they made a couple T-shirts and like. You don't need to make fucking The Craft pants.
Right.
The Craft sneakers. Like, it's fine. Like, it's cool. It's not that big of a deal.
I gotta be honest with you, Paul. If 10 years from now, Allie and I are thrifting, and she sees The Craft pants and they fit, that would be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
But now...
But you won't even know what the fuck they are. You'll look them up online and be like, oh my god, that's like a promotional tie-in for the 25th anniversary of The Craft. Like, we're really old. You know?
I think they.
Do you think someday you'll like see somebody in an Undead t-shirt and be like, I was in that band, and I'd be like, oh, I just got it at the thrift store.
I hope
Hilarious.
so.
That's hilarious.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, buddy? I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't remember. I think it was saying that I think for women of a certain age, that movie was a big thing for them. Because there was like this whole kind of goth thing that was going on in the 90s.
Oh my God.
No. I
Legendary.
mean, witches are girls' superheroes. Girls want to feel just as empowered as guys do with superheroes, and there was a lack of it. And I think Joss Whedon, a race feminist, created Buffy. And
yeah, they ride that vibrating broom.
wasn't there a
You know how they
movie?
grab the broom?
No.
Didn't Hocus Pocus have like sex in it? One of the witch movies
maybe.
had a lot of sex in it.
Does anybody in the audience know how they grab the broom?
My favorite witch movie had Tim Curry in it, and they play it every Halloween on HBO.
Oh, I love that movie. Where he plays the Grand Wizard.
Is it too late to start playing like a Halloween show?
No, it's early. That's why we should do it now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I want to perform that fucking song. I totally want to do it.
that
Awesome.
movie, he's called the Grand Wizard in that movie. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think they knew about the clan in England.
But that whole thing is Harry Potter.
That's
Way
the
before
same
Harry Potter.
You know, that's the same girl from The Craft, right?
Is it? Which one? There were three girls
Girl,
in the
Mildred
Craft.
Hubble. Mildred Hubble. The worst witch. Yeah, that's the main girl in the fucking Craft, the bad girl.
No shit.
The evil chick.
She's so hot.
Yeah, so.
She was in Waterboy too. She was.
Oh, that's right.
See, when I saw her in Waterboy, I was like,
This is more white trashy there.
you know what? I fucking hated Waterboy.
Really?
I fucking hated Waterboy.
I like when an underdog wins. I'm sorry. I'm a sucker for
Oh, that's fine.
Happy Gilmore's his favorite, his best movie, I think.
I think his best
Ooh.
movie is like Big Daddy. or
Oh, Big
like-
Daddy's a good
Big
one.
Daddy's
too.
fucking hilarious.
Little Daddy's good.
I like the golf movie the best.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
I really do.
I really like Little Nicky, and everybody shits on me for that.
No. Oh my God! Fucking the oldest devil is fucking Rodney Dangerfield. Then it's fucking Harvey Keitel.
And you have Tarantino playing a preacher.
Yeah.
Around. It's like fucking great. There's just
Oh my
it's
God!
such
When
an
the world
absurd
got
movie.
evil and like the kids are drinking 40s and the news anchors are fucking
And the
it's
fucking
great.
dog, the talking dog, is like one of the funniest characters ever. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I thought that movie was like it was so absurd, but it takes place in an absurd fucking fake world that's like not anything real. And I keep trying to remember who the fuck does Steve Buscemi play in that? Because I know he's in it somewhere. He's gotta be, and I can't fucking remember what the fuck he does in it, and I don't want to look it up.
He pulled all the stops with all his friends in that.
But he was great in every other Adam Sandler movie that he's in. Where in Big Daddy, he's the homeless guy.
Right.
Can I use your phone? Like when everyone's calling their
Mr.
parents.
Deeds, he's the crazy eyes.
Crazy eyes.
yeah.
Oh my God, gumballs and bacon. Oh, you know me, Deeds. And then they always
looking
play
at that
in the
squirrel.
summertime.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
He crashes the car.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh yeah, the Big Daddy guy. Yeah. Oh, the Egg McMuffin bit. That was funny too.
Yeah, the whole,
Oh my God.
he's fucking
I
great.
love Buscemi.
He's great in every Adam Sandler movie that he's in. He's great in every movie. I've never seen a movie where I'm like, Steve Buscemi sucked in it.
Did you ever see the movie where he's got long hair? He actually looks pretty good. He's a director, and Peter Dinklage plays a dwarf, playing a dwarf. Oh man, it's one of Allie's favorite movies. Requiem for a Dream. No, that's a different movie.
No, that's not
Yeah,
that.
that movie's fun.
Lindsay, what is that movie? IMDb. I wanna go home.
Bed knobs and broomsticks.
No, I think there's a delay.
Yeah, there is.
It's a great movie, and he's great in it. I will get you the name. I know you'll like it from a filmmaker's perspective because it's kind of about making a film and how ridiculous films can be.
I'm gonna be making a film soon, James.
Will you?
All right, you've pitched at least 3 different film projects.
No,
Which one are you doing?
I am shooting a pot zombie movie.
A pot zombie movie.
What happened to the punk rock film noir?
Oh, yeah.
Queer Window, and I was supposed to star in that. God damn it.
Queer Window is gonna come. It's gonna be a shared universe, Jim.
Oh my God! I buried the lead when I went to my mom's. As soon as I walked in, fucking Lifetime was on, and fucking Eric Roberts was the doctor.
America's Treasure. Dr. Albert Beck.
Right? He goes up to some teenage kids, and then the boyfriend beats the piss out of him, and and says, what are you, some kind of creeper? And he's like, no, I'm the doctor who saved her life on the cruise ship. And he like gets into her life, and then my mom goes, that guy's no good. And I was like, yeah, I heard there's a shared universe. She's like, yeah. And I don't think she had any idea what I was like.
You tried.
But you were talking about it, and it was on fucking TV. And then the whole night, the whole day was good. And she let me do her thing, and I was listening to past episodes, and the ones I thought were bad were not as bad as I thought. So it was kind of like the first episode, I thought I was too amped and talking over everybody and being a nuisance, but it really flowed. It was good.
No, you're not Alexa.
Yeah. I thought it would be nice to have a girl in the room, but you know.
It's never nice.
No, we need a girl. We need a girl.
This is a boys' club here.
I want a woman who won't drive me crazy.
We need someone.
So am I supposed to just keep my mustache this weekend? Is that the plan?
Oh, so you're on board?
Oh no, I was just gonna wear a suit.
You're gonna wear a suit?
Vincent Price.
Okay.
Nice.
Maybe Egghead.
Nice.
Because
I don't think I can pull off JW there.
you don't think you can?
No.
All you gotta do is grease the
But I could pull off Vincent Price.
If you dress like Vincent Price and you stand next to Santos, everybody's gonna assume you're John Waters.
Will they make an ass out of you and me, Jim?
You know what? With you, we just go with it. It's funny.
We just go with it, James.
It's funny. It don't fucking matter.
It's good.
It's like the Bill Murray speech at the end of Meatballs. It should be, it don't fucking matter.
I wish that movie was vegan, James.
Oh, I have a couple new prizes to announce.
Nice.
A 2008 Topps campaign card of Dennis Kucinich.
What?
They made politician cards. I have a Hillary. I wanted to talk to you if you have anything you want to do with it, either of you. Show-wise or other, or just to have it as conversation piece when people walk in.
I will trade you your Hillary card for my OJ and the Slammer slam.
Wow.
Done. And then I found a cassette copy of Bill Cosby himself.
Real?
Yeah. So
What, raping someone?
on cassette? How would you do that?
You see, I'm gonna put this. Why don't you take this drink? You see, you make you feel like the Jello pudding.
Hey.
Pop.
Bill, I heard you fucking creep. Because Fat Albert wouldn't be hey, he'd be hey, Rouge, well, bitch.
Yeah, Fat Albert wasn't really an accurate portrayal of like a 500-pound person.
And he was always the fastest in the junkyard. I wasted a lot of time watching that dumb show.
He's the fastest in the junkyard because he thinks there's the food at the other end. You see.
I always wanted to dress like Rudy though and play the bass.
Rudy, you can't dress like her
Not
because
Rudy.
she's
Was
a
it Rudy?
porn star
Who's the one with the
now.
Well, a lot of them had hats. The one with the hat that played the bass.
The sexy one that played the bass, you see, she's not fucking Jason Momoa.
The only one I remember was
School and Genesis. What?
Mushmouth.
Oh, yeah.
Do with Albert.
That show was dumb.
There was one funny line that I ever got from that show.
You see, I'm the Clash Roar,
Okay.
and you see the bands. That's how you talk, you see, when you're Bill Cosby.
I got two things. Number one, the only funny line that I ever saw in Fat Albert is like, you're like school in the summertime, no class.
Yeah, there were a bunch of those.
That's a good one.
It was like
The other thing is that I knew about Cosby a long.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is cool.
Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi is pretty cool. They're actually going to do an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie.
now they
That's
can
hard.
that. No.
They can
They
that?
got red lit. Or canned or 86.
So disappointed.
86. There's no return from 86 according to my friend Billy.
And then Cosby, it was known that he was an asshole in Hollywood for a long time before anybody. And who was it?
But if you virtue signal that you're this great person, then it's okay and nobody cares. Because you're doing a better good for the world around you.
Apparently
You're
it wasn't.
being a positive role model
It was all
on your
bullshit.
show.
It's all bullshit.
I know, but
Total bullshit.
I think Anthrax called this a long time ago. They had that song "Skeletons in the Closet."
Oh, you think that was?
I always thought it was about celebrity. Or was that about Nazis?
I'll tell you, fucking. They make jokes on 30 Rock about that. That shit goes back, fucking, like. Gilbert Gottfried's interviewed like old, like what's his name, Bobcat Goldthwait and shit like that. Like that shit's been going on for fucking 30 fucking years. Like, and it was always, there was always a rumbling of it, you know. Like somebody always knows somebody that something happened.
It's the same with Epstein. They knew about him for a long time.
Yeah, that motherfucker dies on suicide watch. What did they? Oh, you want to watch this guy commit suicide?
Do you think it was the Clintons? All the conservatives are saying it was the Clintons. All the liberals are saying that it was Trump.
If it rains, it's the fucking Clintons. If it
does.
I don't know. I want a certain political party.
AARP.
Meet me in the fucking center, motherfuckers. Because I'm sick of liberal fucking lie. You've wasted so much of my fucking time on this, and it was bullshit all the time.
He's becoming conservative.
You think so?
No. I'd rather be libertarian than conservative.
You're becoming libertarian.
Well, I've always had sort of some libertarian values. I think you can marry whatever the fuck you want as long as it's consensual and as long as it's of a legal age. You want to marry a fucking spaghetti monster? Go with your.
It's not libertarian.
You can't marry a spaghetti monster, Jim.
Why can't I marry a spaghetti? But I love
you. You have to marry a person, like another human.
But all right, but I'm saying live free or die, kind of. But the gun thing, I'm on the fence. Death row. Let a brother know. No, I'm not really. I don't like the death penalty because the legal system's not fair for everybody. So who are we to say who lives and dies?
Yeah, but everybody always does.
And the systematic racism is also a factor.
If Paul Muller ran it would be like fucking Banana Republic, just people getting put to death left and right.
No,
there's gotta be more than 2 political parties. I think there's a bunch of people who kind of. I want to start like.
Yeah, it'll be great when 60% of the country is really mad because 33% decided to elect their fucking president.
And the electoral college is stupid. We have the technology. We're one person.
Can you imagine if we had
and enough 33%,
34% can take an election, or 35% can take an election?
That would be ridiculous.
The other 60% of the country would they would commit Harry Carey. They
would be pissed off.
No, there would be. Because then that's even worse.
So wait, are you saying if Trump loses, a bunch of people are going to kill themselves?
No. What I'm saying is, if we have a 3-party system, think about that. Think about how mad people are now. That out of 2 choices, neither of which were really that great.
But there's so many people inside each side that have so many different points of view. It's bursting.
I know.
That's why fucking Occupy Wall Street was stupid.
I'm not saying I disagree with you.
Clear voice.
I'm not saying I disagree with you, but think of how passionate people are. Do you think they're going to be less passionate when they have more information about what's going on around them in 10 years? When it's
England has like what? 20 political parties?
They have several.
I think everybody should be represented.
And they always have the queen. Where the fuck does that bitch go? When does she get elected out?
She doesn't.
That's all for show, but I think it's a lot of taxpayer money for a bunch of bullshit.
We might end up with 4 parties in this country because we seem to have a very extreme left and an extreme right that are coming up, and I don't think that those parties can stay together. Because I don't see that the Republicans, like the fiscal conservatives and like the Tea Party wingnuts are going to be able to keep it together for very long. And I don't know that progressives and moderates are going to be able to keep it together in the Democratic Party. There's already been divisions in both.
And what the fuck is Gillibrand? Is she a progressive or is she a moderate?
Oh, she's a moderate. She's a moderate.
I fucking hate that.
She's a hooah with a stankin' pussy.
Support the NRA for your whole fucking career. Now you're outraged. Fuck you.
Where's her district?
New York.
Yeah, where in New York? If it's upstate, those people own guns. If it's in the city, not so much.
Those motherfuckers love their guns.
They do. Upstate.
I don't know. Maybe I should look into it, but it's still
hypocritical. They don't turn it to the side, though. They shoot it to right.
Well, what else you got to do in Albany?
Would you at least agree it's a quagmire? It's a little conflict of interest.
Oh, yeah.
It's bad optics.
Sure.
All right. I'm going to try to... I don't know what I'm going to do in 2020, because if asshole gets elected again, I'm just... I don't know.
You should brace yourself for that.
A lot of people saying it's going to be Biden. They say Biden is.
I'm crossing my fingers that it doesn't happen, but I don't have hope. I have a feeling it's gonna. There hasn't been a 4-term president in fucking years.
4-term.
I mean, 4-year.
4-year
president rather than a 2-term president.
A 1-termer, and that was Bush, and that was because of the recession. But rumor has it there's a recession, so that might hurt Trump. But then he's got the ace in the hole. If he can somehow get Mitch to pass legislation to legalize marijuana.
Yeah, his approval numbers are crap. He's not looking good right now.
Who, Mitch?
No, president.
I'm sorry.
People are nervous about
Mitch
this trade war.
No, Mitch McConnell. He's very important.
Mr. Turtle.
You know who Turtleface is, right? Come on, you read. He's that son of a bitch that says, Obama can't pick a Chief Justice because I don't want him to. It's an election year. It's the Joe Biden rule. And everybody signs off on that bullshit.
Yeah.
And
it's just crony capitalism.
And then now when they're like, well, what if it comes up in 2020? It's like, we're going to fill it. Fucking hypocrite. He's a douche.
Yeah.
He's a... I hate both sides. And it's both of your fucking faults. Because you question the Democrat Party. I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to say the Democrat Party because that's what Rush says. But you criticize the Democrats just as much as you criticize.
Yeah, I try to be.
That's what I always liked about you because you were.
Appreciate that.
I always thought we were kind of.
I appreciate that.
Because you gotta watch both sides.
What did you think of me?
I don't know because I think
I play devil's advocate a lot of the time on the show.
Your shtick wasn't entirely lost on me. Eventually.
What was that?
In the beginning, I just didn't want to piss that guy off. So I'm like, I'm gonna get my shit off the stage.
He knows his facts.
I had no reason to give you shit, and you knew people I knew people you knew, and we were like, hey, and that was cool.
I'll get those motherfuckers.
But then
I'll run them through.
But then I don't know. I heard you talking about old music and old movies, and I'm like, I think this guy and I have a lot in common, you know. And then I used to look at your picture before I go to bed.
Oh yeah.
I wish we were fucking.
Oh God! It's not always.
You ever heard that song by the Smiths?
I want to.
Looking at this guy's picture before I go to bed. I wish he was giving me head.
What were we talking about? How did I get on this? No, I always assumed you would just say something to get a rise out of something. So if you were in a room with a Republican, you'd say, fuck you, Democrat. And then if you were in a room with a Democrat, you'd say,
no, if I'm in a room with a Republican, I always try to get him to say the N-word. You see how Republican they are, you know?
That's the measure.
But is racism just Republican? And don't forget...
No, it's definitely not.
No. Abe Lincoln, who freed the slaves, was a Republican. The Republican Party was a very different party then.
Big flips.
They love to say that, though.
Oh, yeah. They love to say that.
Because anybody looks up an history book, hey, Sean Hannity's right about something, even though it's sort of weaselly.
You have to know the context. You can't just...
Yeah, I don't know, but Sean Hannity lives in the fucking context. That douche has got to go down. All right. Can we start just, like, challenging him to, like, a celebrity...
No, we're not going to challenge Sean Hannity.
Boxing match?
Chill. I was told we could bring no harm to Sean.
No, but here's the thing. The money will go to, like, first responders or somebody like that, or mental health, or we could at least send Alexa fruit.
No, you know who said he would take the fight, though, for Sean Hannity?
Obama.
Steve-O.
Nice.
I'm not fighting Steve-O. That guy's fucking crazy and has no pain receptors.
Then you're SOL.
Oh, fuck that. Because what I wanted to do was make him feel like I was fat and I was going to wear a fat suit on the show, but I would do a rope-a-dope and then train in, like, Newark or Patterson with an old black guy who's mean.
He makes you chase him on the bike.
Yeah.
Punch out.
Exactly. This is my fantasy. And then he's gonna be, when we do the weigh-in, and I just take off the robe and I got a fucking like 12-pack or a 14-pack, and then all the girls are getting all wet.
Body on
and like, ooh, and then I was like, we interrupt this. You're fucking with my fantasy. Fuck you. I hate you. Anyway, liberal lies.
Who's the asshole of the week? The people who lied to you about recycling?
Oh my God, I have so many assholes of the week. But this guy's been a douche and a thorn in my side for a long time.
Oh, wow.
I'm talking about fucking Cobra Commander.
Cobra Commander?
What is with the goddamn need for world domination? And why are you always yelling? No wonder why your people won't respect you. take it down a notch, get Destro a face, and come on, give Baroness a hug. Who's your asshole of the week?
That guy in Philadelphia who shot 3 cops and had all kinds of people pinned down. The last I heard coming into this show, there's some gunmen in Philadelphia popping
Wait, we
people
had
off.
breaking news on this show? We didn't cover it at all. We could have called our Philadelphia correspondent, my sister Britt.
Where's our press credentials, by the way? I need to get press credentials.
Press credentials? What does this look like to you?
We talked we were going to get press credentials. We were going to go, like...
Yeah, we're going to get them.
It's happening.
It's happening. I'll make them.
So how much you tell me is just like, oh, let's just make Jim live in his fantasy? Is it like 50%?
Oh, no, we'll get press credentials. If you want them, I will have them.
Yeah, I want to get into like Chiller and shit for free.
You never get into Chiller for free.
Never?
Kevin is at the door like fucking Jabba the Hutt, like knocking down his cane. Like,
But what if I have a press credential?
they don't give a fuck that you think you're press. Any asshole could print out a press credential. You know what that is? That's you have a printer and a laminator.
Yeah, but then I name drop you and everything will be cool.
No, you can't name drop me.
Why can't I name drop you?
Get the bums rush.
Yeah, I'm persona non grata over there.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I have to go in a Deadpool costume so nobody recognizes me. I'm Deadpool.
Wait, did they get mad at you for singing that Rocky song?
No. It was, you know what? That whole thing was like, I sang the Rocky song, but then there was like these old guys in the room, the Ripcords, on this fucking surf band. But they're not even the fucking Ripcords. They're like the 2 guys. That would be like if I was in the Undead and then Bobby fucking was like, I don't want to do the Undead anymore. You could just do it if you want. And me and Billy and some other asshole went out and we were the Undead. And I was the fake Bobby Steele. Like, that's what this Ripcords is. They're not any of the original guys from the Ripcords. They're like the guys that just keep playing the Ripcord songs.
Wow.
And they got like annoyed that I was getting the Rocky Horror people all excited. We were singing a song and Mackenzie Phillips was singing with us. And
That's fucking great.
it was great. It was fun, and then they were like, they're just over there like, oh yeah, we're gonna play this song's called Little Hot Rod. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, just started playing like over me. They're kind of dicks. Fuck them. The one guy I heard he broke his arm. Fuck him.
Is he your asshole of the week?
Yeah, sure. No, I don't know. My asshole of the week is tough because I really do think kind of positively now. But I would say that it's weird because of my haze is gone because of my meds. Like I feel like I'm sharper.
It's good.
I think my asshole of the week was me for not going to get arthritis treatment sooner.
Nice.
I'll take the asshole of the week bullet.
Nice.
So
Wow.
I think on that note,
Looks like some personal growth right there.
yeah, I am a personal growth.
Jim had a personal growth in his pants.
Don't we all?
Don't we all?
Yeah, I was thinking about Auntie Chrissy. Full circle, motherfuckers.
And on that note, Auntie Chrissy, I fucked up. We're out of here.
Good night.
Sissy, not Chrissy. It's not Chrissy.
Auntie Sissy, I fucked up. We out. She was hot.
We hope you enjoyed our presentation of Cult of Contempt podcast. If you have any questions or comments, or want to hear your band on the show, just write us at cultofcontemptpodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to see back episodes of the show, youtube.com/Plan10 Studios, cultofcontempt.org, or right here on Facebook, Cult of Contempt Network. Even check us out on Instagram at Cult of Contempt Podcast. You want to reach Paul? It's at Paul Mauld on Twitter and Instagram, and Paul of the Living Dead on Facebook.com. Phil Perry, the writer, on Instagram, and his Facebook fan page at Phil Perry, the writer. I'm Jim Cook at Jim Cook on Facebook, or Jim Cook Voice Actor on Facebook. You want to get a hold of me directly, jcookvoice@yahoo.com. On behalf of Paul and Phil, I want to thank you for listening. We'll see you next week at 8:15. I'm Jim Cook. Transmission out. Stand by for contact. We hope you enjoyed our presentation of Cult of Contempt podcast. If you have any questions or comments, or want to hear your